this point I've attempted to make this video twice, and this will be try number 3, mostly because the other one seemed a little, I don't know, bad? We're going to go with bad. Okay, so I'm just going to show off some of my my little front room PC really. It's a HTPC, cases by SilverStone. This one is a SilverStone Grandia, love that name, Grandia. Don't know why it's called that, it's actually really kind of small. And it's an SST GD09B. So this little puppy is the replacement for our old HTPC, which is basically old, kind of in the name there. And basically just wanted to take you on a little tour of that little front room PC. Alright, so we're going to switch to handheld here, so we're going to get a little bit shuddery, if you're not already. Okay guys, so this is our case right here, and basically one of the main reasons for getting this particular case, I mean if I give you a tour around the front there, you can see the empty 5.25 inch bay there a second, and also some front I/O here. So this has got 2 USB Type A 3.0 ports, plus you've got your headphone jack and microphone jack at the front there. Then we've got our on-off buttons here on the right hand side, and mostly the main reason for buying this PC is because we have this kind of sort of TV right here, and we have this recess that goes in underneath the TV. Basically a couple of the key reasons for buying a case of this sort was to make sure that the PC would actually fit inside of there. So inside of here, you can kind of see in there, there's the motherboard and everything. We've got an i3 it's an old i3, i3, oh, which one is that? 5500, 3.2 megahertz, so not too shabby at all. With 8 gigs of RAM there, and it's DDR3, so it's kind of old, but if I bring me back into the frame, so it's kind of old by today's standards, but with the price of DDR4 and sort of other graphics cards and that at the moment, and the NAND flash shortage, I can't afford huge amounts of DDR4, so we are recycling where we can. Always good. Gotta love recycling. Okay guys, so a couple of the cool features of this particular case is that the CD drive and pop this down, and one of the hard drives kind of fit on a bracket that fits across sort of the whole area, and also sort of like clamps down to the side here as well. It's really cool because it means that I can fit a lot more in a really small case, and it means that I can put a huge amount in there. We've got a couple of Arctic 80mm fans in here, and also you can probably see the SilverStone 120mm fan that came with it. I'm actually quite impressed with SilverStone. That fan is actually really good for sort of like a freebie fan. I'll call it a freebie, but it was a free fan with the case. Incredibly efficient, really good airflow on that one. And you've got my old, I don't even know what make that is back down there. My old case fan in there. You can probably see the lid over there, and that's where the tripod was, where I was trying to excuse all the balloons in the background, guys. It was my my little girl's 5th birthday just before the weekend, so yeah, so we have a corner full of like decorations and balloons and banners and stuff, and a tripod, and my laptop with all of my notes open at the moment. But inside of here we have obviously a motherboard, a graphics card. The graphics card is, and before everyone leaps and says, oh my god, he's got like some really good graphics card, it's really not, guys. It's an old 2GB ASUS 640. It's the second graphics card I owned, and it was back in the days where I needed a graphics card with 2 gigs of RAM, or a VRAM on there so that I could, sorry, we got a SATA cable there, great video in there, Hugh, and yes, when I needed a graphics card with a couple gigs more RAM, VRAM even, to play some of the higher end titles before actually building my other PC. We've got an AVGA 500 watt power supply inside of here. It's a non-modular power supply. Now, a couple of things. I'll address the elephant or the cable mess in the room. So as you can probably see down here, I don't know how good the light is there. There is an absolute. I mean, look at that. That is awful, guys. I mean, look, we've got some cables literally cable tied to the power supply, and we've got this absolute spaghetti junction right here. Now, if you are going to buy this case, and this case would make an incredible desktop PC. I mean, more than enough room in here to fit, with the correct sort of power supply and that, more than enough room to fit a pair of graphics cards, an SLI, and actually some decent length on them as well. So, sort of, if I put my hand there, that's sort of one length, two lengths. I mean, you know, you could more than easily fit a couple of really long graphics cards in here. I would really, really highly recommend buying a modular power supply for this one. This one for me, I just sort of had laying around. It was just kicking about really, and figured I'd use it, and it made sense so that I didn't have to go and buy another one. Right down in there you can see we've got our solid state drive. So the way that attaches, which is really quite cool, is that you pop it down and actually attach it via these 4 screws right there, and that bolts to the bottom of the case. So again, SilverStone making great use of space there, and it's even got sort of more than enough clearance. I tried to get a shot there for you guys, but I'll try and get a photo and tag that along. But more than enough space for the 120mm fan to not be impeding. Hang on, let me try it this way. Can we do it this way? Can we, guys? Can we? Hang on. Is there enough light? Let there be light, goddammit! Yeah, you can kind of see there. There's enough room. It looks worse than it is. But then again, you've got like a 120mm fan in the bottom there. And you've also got, as I said, the 280mm, and also room at the top there for 2 120mm, or you could fit a 120 or a 240 millimeter AIO. So for liquid cooling, if that's your thing, if that's your bag, baby, then you could fit that at the top there as well. So this is my little HTPC, guys, and if you bear with me for 2 ticks, what I will do is, wow, we're moving again, god damn it, Hugh, god damn it, god damn it, god damn it, god damn it, Hugh. And he's back in frame. So I kind of showed this one sort of taking it out and the other 2 sort of test videos, but this one I'm actually going to show you guys putting it in. Also, one thing I didn't show off was that we're using an NZXT USB hub. That's in preparation for getting a Grid V2 again via NZXT, so that I can get the 2 Arctic what are these ones? 80mm on there. I've said that a lot. 80mm f8 fans going, just so we can produce and utilise some of that airflow and use a bit more of that. All good. So let me just when you forget which SATA cable goes where. What happened with that video? So guys, if you're wondering why I'm making this video, why I have a Facebook page dedicated to building PCs and that, is that I love it. I find it really therapeutic, and it's For me, it's like building Lego for sort of like grown-ups. If you've ever built Lego, if you have kids or what have you, and you've ever watched like kids putting together Lego, it's really therapeutic, like being able to make every part fit. And for me, that's pretty much what this is. It's just therapeutic. And if you've ever owned a PC or built a PC, or you're a console gamer looking to get into building PCs, then do it. It's really good fun, and the sense of achievement you feel when you've built one is amazing. And if you don't like PCs, build one anyway. Or go to a self-help group for making you like PC building. So the bracket kind of fits like that, guys. So as you saw, slides in, connects all up, and you've got sort of 6 screws. So you've got 2 to connect the bracket here, and then 2 more to connect it in here, and my last 2 screws to get the lid back on. But yeah, guys, if you're thinking of building this exact model of PC and that, then, or if you're going to use this case or what have you, then drop me a message and ask any questions that you might have about it, or any struggles that I've found with it, or any tips that you guys want. And there we go, 2 more screws on the back. So if you guys like my videos or the photos, or want to see any particular sort of tech that you think would be cool on here, then let me know. I might not get around to it straight away, but I will try and get around to it as soon as I can. And if you guys just have any general tech questions, then feel free to PM me on Facebook or Twitter, and I will get back to you and try and answer those questions. Other than that, guys, I'm Hugh. This is the Mad Piranha, and thanks for watching.